Pause with me for a moment. Consider this. Your entire life may be a house built of beliefs you did not choose. Isn't that crazy? When you were born, you came in untouched by fear of guilt, untouched by notions of sin, untouched by the heavy architecture of what is and what is not. And yet, within just a few years, that innocent awareness began to be framed as if scaffolding were rising around you. The frame was your parents' beliefs. Their anxieties became beams, their hopes became pillars, their instructions, their unspoken attitudes, their gestures. These were bricks. They were handed down for your safety, yes, but they were also the very architecture that narrowed how you would first see the world. The Seth passage reminds us, the conscious mind, while eternal, relies on the physical brain during this earthly experience. And the brain, magnificent as it is, behaves like a tool that forces our vision into 3 dimensions, into the narrow hallway of linear time. Imagine an architect's ruler guiding every line on a blueprint. The ruler keeps the sketch straight, but it also limits the imagination into a fixed scale. That is what the brain does. It fixes the mind into the scale of matter, into perception of past, present, and future. And so our early awareness was filtered. Reality was sifted into digestible bits. What could have been an ocean of experience became a narrow stream. This narrowing is not a flaw. It's not a flaw. It's a necessity. How else could an infant survive in a world of sharp corners and hungry predators unless its mind were taught to cling to boundaries? Let's talk about parental beliefs as scaffolding. Now, think of a child. For safety, the child accepts his parents' beliefs without question. The mother says, "Do not touch that fire." The father says, "Be polite to strangers." And beneath those words lies something even stronger, a silent telepathy. The child feels the parents' fear. The child feels the parents' hope. The child feels the parents' imagination following its own beliefs. Thus, the child's imagination is drawn onto those tracks like a train following its rails. Imagination itself, which might have wandered toward infinity, instead bends toward what is safe, what is acceptable, what is expected. This is scaffolding. It is temporary support designed so the young consciousness may rise upright in a world of gravity. But like scaffolding, it was never meant to be permanent. It was never meant to be permanent. Let's talk about the hidden weight of guilt. Here, Seth delivers a piercing insight. Though some beliefs are obviously discarded with age, belief in monsters under the bed, belief in original sin, their shadows remain. The discarded belief in sin may leave behind the lingering architecture of guilt. And guilt, if left unexamined, can be a low-bearing beam in the psyche, silently dictating choices for decades. How many of us carry weighty structures inside? Beliefs that we did not choose, yet still live by. Like stuff like, I'm not enough. Stuff like, I must suffer to deserve joy. Or, without guilt, there is no discipline. Yet look around. The world already runs wild. Not because guilt restrains it, but because guilt feeds it. The cities erupt, not in spite of punishment, but largely because of it. This is an architecture of fear, brittle and collapsing, yet still inhabited by billions. Let's talk about the cage of the unexamined. Perhaps the most striking point is this: many of these beliefs are not unconscious. They are not buried deep beyond reach. They are simply unexamined. Just like a locked room in a house that you've lived in for years, you forget to even open the door. The room is not hidden, it's just ignored. So the true cage is not mystery, it's neglect. But we simply never turn the handle. And so Seth warns us, one of the most hampering beliefs is the assumption that the causes of our troubles are buried in some inaccessible place. No, they are right here in plain sight, woven into our daily thoughts, available to examine whenever we summon the courage. Imagination follows belief. If belief is that hurt equals disaster, then imagination paints every stub toe as a calamity. If belief is that guilt is necessary, imagination conjures punishments even in our dreams. But when belief changes, when the scaffolding is taken down, imagination is free to play again, free to build anew. So, we are invited to become architects of our own mind, to strip away the structures inherited from anxious parents, from frightened societies and punishing religions, and to rebuild. Not with guilt as mortar, no, but with freedom as foundation. So, pause with me now. Close your eyes if you like. Picture your inner life as a house. Which walls are yours? And which walls were handed down? Which rooms are light and free? And which rooms are cramped with shadows of old guilt? You are the architect now. The scaffolding was useful, but it was never the finished design. The brain gave you focus. The parents gave you structure. But you give yourself freedom. And when you see this clearly, imagination, no longer bound to the tracks of inherited belief, spreads its wings again. It paints wide landscapes. It composes symphonies. It dreams a life that is not a repetition of your father's fears or your mother's anxieties, but the unfolding of your own purpose. That, my dear friends, is the architecture of belief. It is yours to examine. It is yours to dismantle. It is yours to rebuild. That marks the end of Seth Speaks, the Nature of Personal Reality, and just a little chit-chat from our part 18. What did you think about this particular passage? Please leave it in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And until the next time, I am Tony Victory, a wolf uncaged. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Peace. If you found something in this video that sparked a thought, shifted your perspective, or just made you feel more grounded, consider showing some love by buying me a coffee. It helps fuel the channel, keeps the uploads coming, and lets me know that the content matters to you. The link's right below in the description or on my channel banner. No pressure, just appreciation if you're moved to support. And as always, thank you for watching, thank you for listening. I am Tony Victory, a wolf uncaged. Thank you. Peace.